Maybe it's a cash out. I'm pretty sure Ekko is exclusive to the Isekai Augment. I don't know. It would be weird if you can get him from a cash out, considering he's so tied to the Augment.
Rise again. I dare you.
How many games will I show? Today I will show between 3 and 4 games, and the rest I will answer questions about the set mechanics. Tomorrow will be the brunt of the games, but I wanted to showcase a little bit already today. Hello, Skinny. Does the archetype change? For Cassandra, I think it does. Yeah, I think Cassandra changes his archetype after... I think so. I'd have to double check. I didn't play him that much. But I do think he changes the archetype.
My heart is iron.
Oh yeah, Gangplank is really cool. So Gangplank is a Mighty Mech duelist, but what's cool about him is that he has... his ability is that he shoots at the lowest HP unit within like 2 hex range. And he actually has a AP ratio that he increases the chances of getting gold. So if you give Gangplank like, I don't know, 50 AP or something, then he has a guaranteed gold when he kills a unit. Which is kind of cool, like you can print a decent amount of money with Gangplank. Especially if you have a good Mighty Mech opener. So, time skip. Disable your shop for the next 3 rounds, gain 28 XP. That's pretty brutal. Oh yeah, this is new. Psychic Forge. That one, I haven't actually taken it yet, but it's a really cool one. The way Psychic Forge works is you can actually go for a complete hard pivot. Because you could sort of like, you could sell your units with the items, then move all of the items on the carry you want on the bench, and then it's gonna tailor the items from the benched units. So it's like it's kind of like a tailored What the Forge, except it doesn't become like artifacts. Oh yeah, there's Essence Share over 9,000 and Robo Ranger. I have a mech opener, so I went with the Robo Ranger here. Oh yeah, so if a unit is glowing like this in a shop, it means that this is one of the units that currently has a power-up, in case you're wondering. So the Delusion was like glowing in a shop because he currently has the effect from the Power Snacks, the Robo Ranger. I saw Crystal Rose. What does it do? It's effectively hearts. Like, it's Heartsteel with extra steps, I would say. This set looks really nice. I hope the traits and units aren't too boring, though. So I would say the traits were interesting. I like the traits. I like the augments. I like the power-ups. I do think on the unit design, especially with the legendaries, I actually think they're a bit mid. There weren't that many units where I was like, oh, this is really cool. I mean, there's like, obviously, for example, you have like the hero augments that make them interesting, but outside, like, if we don't count hero augments, I actually didn't like the unit design. I didn't think there was that much you can cook, let's say it like this. So my interest will definitely be very focused on the set mechanic, because you can cook with power-ups, like, for sure. There's a lot of things you can do with power-ups. But for units themselves, there's actually, they're a bit more basic than I would have liked. What does Samira do? She does what she always does, which is she has two short ults and then the big ults. It's pretty much like what you would expect from Samira.
I choose this fight.
Oh yeah, so Udyr is a mentor. Mentor is actually a really cool trait. So the way it works is like this. There's 4 mentors in the game. Let me try to remember all of them. There's Kobuko, there's Udyr, there's Rise, and I'm forgetting one more. Yasuo. So these are the 4 mentors. I think Kobuko was tier 2. Udyr and Yasuo are tier 3 and Rise is tier 4. And what's kind of cool about the mentors is that the way they work is that if you play one mentor, then you get like a buff. So if I play like one Yasuo, my entire team gets attack speed. If I play one Udyr, my entire team gets AD and AP. But if I play like two mentors, like Udyr and Yasuo, I get nothing. So it's like a all or nothing type trade. So you have to choose like one mentor to buff your team. But because you don't want to play like two, you don't ever want to play 2 or 3 mentors. But if you play all 4, then it becomes kind of interesting again, because now you get all of the buffs, but only for the mentors. It's kind of like really weird. So it's like playing for mentors means they hug all the buffs themselves. So your team doesn't get buffed anymore. Only the mentors get buffed, but they get buffed by a lot. And also, the mentors have like, each mentor has an extra ability that only gets activated if you play 4 mentors. So there's gonna be some comps where you play mentor reroll with like Udyr 3 and Yasuo 3, and then you play like Ryze and Kobuku for 4 mentors. And then you play around that, right? You play around like Udyr main carry, Ryze main carry. Udyr is like your 80 melee bruiser, Ryze is your AP carry in the back line. That comp looked pretty strong, because Udyr and Ryze were actually in a pretty good state on the playtest. Lynn, thanks for the shop and the 17 months. Love that they added a cel-shaded look to the units. You know, it's actually funny. This is divisive. Some people like really like the cel shading look, and some people really hate it. There's definitely it is a divisive topic. I do think the majority likes it, but yeah, there's definitely some people who are like, why is everything looking so smudged? It's a reverse emissary, yeah, I guess. You do get used to it really fast, though. Well, to be fair, I do like the enemy look, so for me, it never bothered me, but yeah. If you sell the caretaker, does it give you back the item? What do you mean exactly? Do you mean if I sell Jenna, I would get the Poro snacks, if that's the question? How does Lee Sin work? So Lee Sin is a legendary that when you place him on the board, you can choose if you want him to be Duelist, Juggernaut, or Executioner. He actually gives +1 to the trait. And his ability slightly changes to fit with the trait that you've chosen. Can't they add a way to disable it? I don't think so. But like I said, like the visual look of set 15, that's gonna be temporary. This is like the cel shading look, that's gonna be set 15 exclusive. Do we have more hero augments? I think we do. There's actually a lot. Zek, Garen, Cannon, Mundo. No, Mundo was tier 2, right? Zek, Cannon, Garen. Trying to remember the last tier 1 hero. For tier 2 I know there's a really funny Mundo one. Vi has a great tier 2 one as well. There's like a Nico for tier 3. There's an Udyr tier 3 hero augment, I believe. But yeah. There were a lot of, like, it definitely felt like there was a lot of hero augments. There's actually, there's a there's a really interesting prismatic augment in the game. It's called Protagonist. The way it works is you get a random hero augment, like a silver hero augment. You get a random silver hero augment. You get that unit as a 2-star. You get an item anvil, and you get like worth the wait for that unit. So effectively what Protagonist could give you is like, hey, here's a Zek 2-star with like, I don't know, a jeweled gauntlet. Sorry, it's an item anvil. So it gives you like a Zek 2-star with an item anvil. And then from now on, like the Zek is gonna be a hero and you get a Zek every round. So you have a guaranteed Zek 4-star. That augment was busted. That augment was like way too powerful. Okay, so here's Isekai. The way Isekai works is that this is the only way to gain Ekko. Ekko is a legendary. When you click on this augment, I do believe you actually get him as a 2-star right away.
Second first time for everything.
No, he's actually 1-star. I guess he's... Wait, is he scaling with stages then? Is that how you get him to 3-star? Is he like 3-star in stage 8 or something? I don't remember. He can get 2-star though. I'm not sure. But yeah, so the way Ekko works is that he has a different trait. So in this game specifically, he has Prodigy. But in another game, he might be a Sorcerer. And in another game, he might be a Strategist or whatever. I don't know all of the traits that he can have, but yeah. In this game, he's Prodigy. So Prodigy is like a mana regen trait. Effectively, what Prodigy does is your units gain, all of your units gain mana regen, and Prodigy units gain more mana regen. It's a fairly simple trait. I'm trying. I need to check when Ekko actually becomes 2-star, because when I played that game, I didn't pay attention. Wait, why am I doubling down on Crystal Rose? There's no way I'm gonna be losing, am I? Whatever. Yeah, he has sold the Senna to get the power snacks back. I could have used the remover as well, but I think I actually wanted to keep some of these removers. Because keeping removers can be a good choice if you wanna look for something specific. Ekko is considered a tier 5 unit. He is considered a secret legendary. Shen got comeback. I actually have a really nice game of Shen Hero. Oh yeah, I immediately... I click on double down and I immediately get open fort Crystal Gambit with Prismatic Orb. Yeah, about that. So yeah, this is double down. This is the same as... how does it work? What was the Heartsteel thing called? The golden chest? I should know this, but yeah, it's pretty much if you double down and then you win, you lose half the points and cash out immediately. So like overall the trade is like similar, right? Like you try to win at the beginning to save HP, then you double down and then you try to lose for 4 fights. That brings you around 300 points for a decent cash out. You can get like a Tactician's Crown type cash out for it. Raise the stakes, thank you, I forgot about the name. And the cipher of the game is this, what I just played, the Crystal Gambit. All of these like lightly blue units, you know, like I even have a duck. I have a crystal duck. So this is the gacha trade, the Heartsteel type trade. But I just got... Wait, I think it bugged out, right? Didn't cash out, even though it should have cashed out. I think that this was probably just a bug, but I should have cashed out here with 60 points. Yeah, in concept, it's way more similar to Heartsteel than anything else. One thing I did notice when playing Crystal Gambit is that the game kind of annoys you. Because like so many times I was like 295 points out of 300. So almost every single time I played Crystal Gambit, I was always a few points short for the next big threshold. And what this kind of told me is that they've intentionally set the points in a way that they're really gonna reward you for killing units. So if you go full open fort lose streak, a lot of the times you're not gonna have enough points to make a big threshold. So I'm gonna have to math this all out, how to exactly play this trade, but this is just something I noticed. Innovating Ekko sounds good. There's a lot of things that are interesting with Ekko. So here's actually a really cool power-up, which is called Critical Threat. Abilities get spell crit, and you also gain a critical strike chance per second. And here, this is a Zyra specific one, the bonus Bloom. Zyra is like a summon thing. It's like on the top left and the bottom, top left and top right. Zyra, the way Zyra kind of works is you can have a backline plant and a frontline plant. The frontline plants are beefier and the backline plants deal more damage or something like that. So you can be like, hey, I need more frontline, so you play Zyra and put the plant in the front. Or you can be like, oh, I have enough frontline, I just put the plant in the backline. It's a bit like a Heimerdinger turret, except that the turret would become more tanky if you put it in the front. Kinda like that. Yeah, Ekko with Manazane is actually kind of fun. So, Ekko is weird, like, because he also freezes your own units, but he doesn't freeze mana gain. So Prodigy Ekko is kind of interesting because when he freezes the entire board, your team still gains mana from the Prodigy trait and the opponents don't. So maxing out Prodigy with Ekko, or like taking Isekai when Ekko is a Prodigy, I think has a lot of inherent synergy. What's the thing behind needing to complete a quest for Prismatic? It's sort of like, I will make a video about this in the future, but the short version is that every Prismatic trait is gated behind a quest. So if you have like full Star Guardians, your Star Guardians need to spend 20,000 mana before the trait becomes Prismatic. And if you play Battle Academia, you need to have 17 completed items before the trait becomes Prismatic. And if you play mech, you need to find 3 specific augments for the mech to become Prismatic. It's very difficult conditions overall. Very, very difficult.
I love a challenge.
No new unit models. I think they said something about 2 or 3 TFT exclusive skins. I don't know which one though. I'm not good with skins. There's definitely some Wild Rift skins again, but yeah. There are a few skins that are TFT exclusive. Yeah, the idea is to prevent the whole trainer golem, 1 spatula, level 9 rush type playstyle, which is good, because that one honestly kind of sucked. With duplicators, can you field the 3 echoes and permafreeze? I mean, I will assure you, you're gonna see some permafreeze here, and I don't need more echoes. Also, you can see echoes already 2-star, right? I think it's because stage 4. I guess the way Isekai kind of works is that if you take the Augment in stage 4, you get an Ekko 2. And if you take Isekai in stage 3, he starts 1-star, but he comes 2-star in stage 4. I guess that's kind of how it works with Ekko. And here's the new artifact. Reduce the holder's max mana by 10, and every spell cast reduces it by another 15. So people, I hope... Let's summarize this Ekko really quick, okay? It's a 2-star legendary with Manazane that reduces his max mana with every cast, who gets a lot of mana regen from his Prodigy trait, and he has spell crit from the power up. I hope you guys are gonna enjoy this game. Because that is one hell of a combo. Oh, this guy has, unfortunately, Ezreal 3-star with... Okay, so this is the first ult. I wonder, does he get one-shot by Ezreal? No, not yet. Okay, that's the second ult. And that's the third ult. Yeah, he did like 3 ults in a row. And the fact that my opponents couldn't do anything, right? The opponents were frozen. That was pretty brutal, yeah. That's a cool combo, but that's like a double artifact combo, to be fair. That's a really rare combo to get. Specific prismatic plus double artifact. You're not gonna see that very often. Kobuko is back. Will he be in every set? I don't think every set, but he's gonna be in a set if Riot has the need for a tanky, cheap frontliner. Is Horizon on good on him? I don't think the freeze counts as a stun. I don't think it works like that. Yeah, finally you can make a Star Guardian duck. Oh wait, I should probably change my duck. I'm not playing... I mean, technically I'm still playing Crystal Gambit. Actually, you know what? I'm still playing Crystal Gambit. First ult. And second ult. And third ult. 12k damage. Easy peasy. Okay, so I just got some gold orbs there. I do believe this was from the 5 Crystal Gambit. The way 5 Crystal Gambit works is that the game is gonna give you a number, like 6, 11, 12, whatever. Once you've killed that many units, you're gonna get like some loot orbs. The loot is really minor. Like the loot is like, hey, have a tier 3 unit, have 2 gold, you know, like something in that department. It's a very minor loot. And obviously, if the number is like super low, if the number is like 6 kills, it's gonna be like 2 gold. And if the number is like higher, then you can have like slightly better loot. Blue buff next. So blue buff does not reduce max mana anymore. Blue buff is a pure mana regen item now. The artifact that you see on Ekko, the Dawncore, that is the new blue buff. That is literally blue buff, the artifact. What about 7 crystal? So the way 7 crystal works is you need an emblem, and you need every crystal unit, including Zyra, who's a legendary. The way the trade works is that it gives you a lot of stats. I think like 500 HP, 50 damage amp or whatever to all of your crystal units. And it doubles the amount of points you can get. So 7 crystal is pretty much mandatory if you want to get like the super big cash outs. Oh yeah, here my Ekko got one shot for some. I think he got Caitlyn. I think Caitlyn managed to sneak the Ekko there. That was a bit rip.
Second first time for everything.
Did they change mana buffering? So the thing is like mana regen does not really work with mana lock. Like if you have a unit with 20 mana regen and there's a unit with a really long cast time, all that mana is lost. Oh yeah, here I'm just trying out some different power-ups on Ekko. Quite frankly, I'm pretty sure the spell crit was the best one, but I just wanted to try around a bit. Crystal only gives stats on 7 crystal. 3 crystal is like a pure loose streak trade. 5 crystal is like a bonus quest in addition to the loose streak trade, and then 7 crystal is combat buff plus steroid. Combat buff plus more points. Yeah, that's a mean Caitlyn. Luden's IE Def played Caitlyn 3. I think Caitlyn was a tier 3 unit, if I remember right. So yeah, she hits really hard.
Second first time for everything.
Yeah, there's no point to doubling down since we are currently in the late game. I did make myself a little bit weaker by removing the spell crit from Ekko. But yeah. So what I'm doing right now is, I think I'll just... No, wait, I think I try the blink attack, but... See, the problem is, I misread what this thing does. What blink attack does is that it prevents the unit from moving. So if you kill a unit with an auto attack, you teleport to the next unit. It's like almost like a... What was that? Cavalier. It's like a Cavalier type effect. But I didn't know that when I clicked on it. And I think I realized, I'm like, oh my god, this is terrible. Because like my Ekko, he is just perma-ulting. He's never proccing the blink attack. And when I realized this, I was like, oh, I have to get rid of this. This is terrible. But you know what kind of sucks? So my last option had the spell crit, right? My last selection had the spell crit one. Which means that if I remove the current one from Ekko, I can't get the spell crit one in the next one. I need one more remover. So I kind of like griefed myself in this game by testing too much. Ekko freezing with Soul Fighter, that sounds pretty good, yeah. That definitely has synergy. I mean, currently it has synergy with Prodigy as well, but yeah. Yeah, I can see the combination with Soul Fighter as well. Blue buff is kind of interesting now because you can just give it to anyone, like, right? Like, there's like, blue buff is just, this unit has a lot of mana regen now. So the whole stick with like, oh, blue buff can only go into like low mana units, that's kind of gone. I like the Trickster one. That one's kind of cool. At low health, gain damage amp, spawn a dummy and dash away. I'm pretty sure you can do some shenanigans with this. But yeah, Omnivamp and CC immunity for 12 seconds, you're gonna see that one a lot. Is Dawncore stackable? Maybe? I'd have to check, I don't know. I've only clicked on it once, but I'd have to check. After this game I can go back to the artifact selection and check if it said unique or not. But yeah, this Ekko build was pretty fun though. Like, most of the Ekkos that I've actually seen were kind of on the weak side, but thanks to the double artifact combo of Manazane and Dawncore, my Ekko was kind of pretty amazing. Yeah, Seraphine is really strong. Vertical Star Guardian with Seraphine is incredibly powerful. There's actually a lot of ways to gain bonus frontline. There's like, there's power-ups that spawn like two target dummies with the same items and stuff like this. So the power-ups are gonna be really interesting. Like if you're lacking frontline, there's a power-up for that. If you're lacking Sandor Shred or Anti-Heal, there's a power-up for that. So you can always look for the exact thing that you need currently. Like, oh, I couldn't get the belt and the carousel, now I don't have anti-heal. So I'm gonna prioritize the power-up that gives me anti-heal, and then once I have a Morello in late game, I just remove the power-up again because I don't need the anti-heal power-up anymore. So this is sort of like how the reasoning can go, which is pretty interesting.
Your move, Leduc.
Second first time for everything.
Which trade is best in slot for Ekko? I currently don't even know which ones are eligible. I know he can be Prodigy and Sorcerer because those two were offered to me so far, but I honestly, like, I think he mainly gets classes, not origins, right? I don't know if he can be like maybe he can be like a Bastion, or maybe he can be a Juggernaut or something. I mean, they kind of try, like, he's an AP caster, right? So him being like Prodigy and Sorcerer makes obviously a lot of sense. I'd have to check what else would make sense for him. Strategist also makes sense, yes. Strategist makes sense. Like, for example, like Sniper wouldn't make any sense, right? Like Sniper is like this pointless. I don't know, maybe he can be like a heavyweight. Maybe he can be a heavyweight to get like the bonus HP or something. What happens if you sell Ekko? I think if you sell Ekko, it's just gone, no? you just get 14 gold and that's it. Probably don't want to sell this guy, or you're griefing yourself pretty hard. I haven't dared to sell him because I was trying to win this game. Hello, Mr. Goose. Oh yeah, this is the... this guy has Final Ascent Kale. That's a power-up that when you're level 10, Kale gets like the triple wave thing on every auto attack. That's pretty brutal. The thing is, like, that unit that just dealt 11k damage to my entire team, that's a 2-star tier 1 unit. Thanks Riot. Yeah, Ekko is considered a unit. He does, I think he takes up a board slot, right? 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Actually, no, he doesn't. No, actually, he doesn't. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Unless I have a tech crown, I don't. So, no, he actually does not take up a board slot. Good question. It says sell for 0 gold. Yodelweiger said the same. He still gave you the gold, though. Like, the Yodelweiger also gave you... It said 0 gold, but it gave you 5 gold when you sold him. What's more important is like the legendary border thing. Like his name is like golden. So it implies he's legendary. I mean, if you have a 4-star Kale, it's kind of hard to be level 10. And then if you take a power up to make Kale 4-star, I don't think you can get Final Ascent anymore, because Final Ascent and the level and the 4-star thing, that's something you have to take in the early game. So for example, like some power-ups are gated behind stages. So your power-up selection in stage 2 and stage 5 is gonna be different. Maybe you can't even sell them. I don't know. Maybe I haven't tried selling, and I don't know why I would bother to sell Ekko, but I can try selling him on the PvE server. Like I can actually imagine that you can't sell him, maybe, but yeah, maybe he might be unsellable. Can you play a game with Lulu? In a few days, yes. We're currently watching recordings. And I don't have a good Monster Hunter game. Monster Trainer. It's Monster Hunter. Yeah, I don't have a good trainer game. So I can't really show off the Lulu. Some of my opponents played it, but yeah, I don't remember which games. Yeah, so my opponent here on the top left, that's a Rabadon, Adaptive, Gunblade, Seraphine, 2-star and a full Star Guardian setup, which means the moment she ults, my team dies. Okay, actually, that went a lot better than expected. Ekko is still trying so hard. Go, Ekko. Oh yeah, actually, that Ekko was smurfing hard in that fight. Holy moly. What's kind of cool, like there's a lot of synergy here with the Manazane makes Ekko ult more often, and then the Dawncore keeps reducing his max mana. Which not only makes the Manazane more effective, but it also makes it easier for him to do consecutive ults. The set feels refreshing after Cyber City. Yes, it does. Ooh, nice thumbnail. If you see me zoom in like that, that usually means it's a tuber. And that's my thumbnail. Yeah, Seraphine is super strong. Like, probably one of the strongest tier 5 units that I've seen in the playtest. Where did you get the artifacts from this game? I'm trying to remember. It was opening encounter. So it was artifact anvil opening encounter. Trying to remember the like, what was the, where did I get the second artifact? Oh, it might have been, was it from Crystal Gambit? Maybe. I didn't actually pay attention, but it might have been Crystal Gambit. Yeah, Kale with Flicker Blade. Yikes.
Second first time for everything.
Which is actually funny because the crystal bugged out in that game. I shouldn't even have gotten that anvil. How does Luchadora work amount-wise? What do you mean? What do you mean amount-wise? I mean, the trade is a bit weird to explain, the wrestler trade. It's like, once they drop low, they heal and they sort of like jump, stun a bit, and then return. This Seraphine skin used to be Wild Rift exclusive. Yeah. TFT is making a lot of use of Wild Rift skins. Oh no, it's Leona 3. It's Leona 3, people. That's a 4-star, 3-star tier 4 unit. So this guy has Caitlyn 3, Leona 3. Yeah. My Ekko is trying so hard. Look at this. Look at my Ekko. He's trying so hard against the 3-star tier 4 unit, but it just was not enough, man. Ah, so sad, man. Also 18k damage from that Caitlyn. Ouch.
Second first time for everything.
Freedom awaits.
The tactician health gain. Oh, do you mean Braum specifically? Because that comes from his unique trait called the Champ. The way it kind of works is that every time you win, you get 2 poros, and when you lose, the poros get consumed. You take less damage based on the amount of poros you have, and then you kind of like lose most of your poros.
If they insist on a fight, I will oblige them.
It's actually a pretty good, like playing Braum is going to be pretty good for better placements. Assuming you can win. Like, if you just play Braum on your board but you never win, it's not gonna change anything. But if you're like win streaking with an early Braum, you can probably secure yourself a top 4 placement just from that. Also, Braum is like, he's a fairly good tier 5 frontliner, so even if you just want to play like 2 Bastions, that's perfectly fine, right? So it's easy to fit in a Braum in late game boards. Yeah, that Seraphine damage is just so juicy. And his Ekko continues to go pretty ham. Oh yeah, I went back to critical threat thingy. So Ekko has spell crit again, so he's more useful. It was kind of like it was a very painful there was a very painful path to get Ekko to oh, I think I remember what happened in this game. Wait, let me explain. Look at this, look at this. I have 8 Zyras. And I look at my opponent. I'm like, I'm not taking 18 damage from this guy. No way I take 18 damage from this guy. Which means I can sell my board in 7-1 and go for Zyra 3-star. Everything is perfect. Everything is perfect. You hear this? Do you hear him? He's coming. He's coming. Please hit 3-star. Goodbye, my team. And do you want to guess how much damage I take? You want to guess, huh? Maybe I should have played that Braum for 1 round, huh? Huh? 18 damage exact on the spot because I didn't play Braum. And now I'm 3rd. And I don't have my Zyra 3-star.